Did you ever wonder how children in ancient Greece learned their ABCs and 123s? Picture a world far removed from our own, a civilization that thrived thousands of years ago. This was ancient Greece, a place of wisdom where the seeds of modern education were first sown. In this captivating world, education was not as we know it today. Imagine there are no schools filled with boys and girls, no online classes or textbooks. Instead, education in ancient Greece was a luxury, a privilege enjoyed only by boys. These lucky lads were taught at home by their fathers or tutors, learning the arts of warfare, public speaking, and philosophy. They didn't have a right to education like we do today. It was more of a privilege, a golden ticket to a better life. So let's dive into the intriguing depths of the past and imagine living in a time when only boys could go to school and learning was a privilege for the few. So what exactly were Greek children learning back then, you might ask? Well, let's dive right in. In ancient Greece, the core of their education was reading, writing, and arithmetic, but it didn't stop there. Lessons often included music and physical education too. You see, the Greeks believed that a well-rounded education was the key to creating well-rounded individuals. So, alongside learning to read and write, children were taught to play musical instruments and engage in physical activities to keep their bodies fit and strong. Education began at age 7 for boys. They would learn these subjects until they turned 18, crafting their minds, bodies, and souls into the ideal Greek citizen. It was a unique blend of classroom learning and outdoor activities that made their education so special. So if you lived back then, you'd be learning to read and write, do your sums, play an instrument, and even become a strong athlete. Pretty cool, right? But what did a typical day for a Greek student look like? Well, let's stroll through a day in the life of an ancient Greek student. The day would begin at sunrise with the first class of the day, reading and writing. Greek students practiced reading out loud and writing on wax tablets, learning to master the Greek alphabet. After learning for a while, it was time for a quick snack. A typical mid-morning meal might include bread and olives. Then the students would switch gears to physical education. This was just as important as their academics. They would learn to run, jump, wrestle, and even throw the discus. Once they worked up an appetite, a hearty meal of fish, vegetables, and fruit awaited them. The rest of the day was dedicated to music and poetry, helping the students to appreciate the beauty of the arts. Sounds like a busy day, doesn't it? But that's how they became smart and strong. So why should we care about how the ancient Greeks were educated? Great question. The answer lies in how much Greek education has shaped the way we learn today. The Greeks believed in educating the whole person, not just the mind. This concept, known as holistic education, is still very much a part of our modern education systems. When you're in school, you're not just learning about math, science, or history. You're also learning about arts, playing sports, and developing social skills. This is a legacy from the ancient Greeks who valued physical fitness and art just as much as academics. And it's not just about the subjects we learn. The Greek way of questioning, debating, and exploring ideas is fundamental to the way we think and learn today. So, the next time you're at school, remember that you're part of a long tradition of learning that dates back to the ancient Greeks.